So today I'm going to review a product that I thought I would never be interested in my entire life, and that is the bar mitt. Find out what I like and dislike about it in this video. Welcome back, Pathless Peddlers, and if you're new to the channel, if you're interested in things like bike touring, bike packing, gravel riding, and bike fishing, then definitely subscribe. This channel is for you. So I'm going to put it right out there and say the bar mitt was something that I never thought I would actually purchase. They just look really, I don't know, ugly, fretty, dorky. But now, since we live in Montana where it actually gets cold and snows, I've had to kind of eat crow and reevaluate my initial perceptions around the bar mitt, or just the general bike pogie. So if you're not familiar with the bar mitt, it's essentially this kind of over mitten that you attach to your handlebars. Bar mitt, the brand, makes a couple of versions. They make some mountain bike versions, and they also make some for some drop bars. And both of these come in different permutations of size, as well as a variety of different options for opening. So it actually gets pretty complicated. But for this video, I'm just gonna review the plain Jane standard mountain bike bar mitt. So the bar mitt attaches pretty easily to your mountain bike handlebars. It's pretty self-explanatory. You kind of open it up, slip it through, and on the inside of the bar mitt is some Velcro webbing that you use to secure it to the handlebar. Otherwise, that's about it. In terms of using the bar mitt, they're actually incredibly warm. They just do such a great job at blocking out rain, snow, wind, and it keeps your hands pretty warm even though you're not wearing a whole lot. It used to be that when I would go out for a ride when it was snowing, I'd wear big puffy mittens, but now I actually just wear these kind of waterproof knitted gloves from Showers Pass and the bar mitts, and I'm good to go. I can ride and be pretty comfortable even when the temps drop down to the mid to low 20s. It's one of those things that you just have to try to believe, but it is pretty amazing how well they work. No more super expensive insulated waterproof gloves that cost $100 or more. Just get some bar mitts and use a knit glove that you might already own. So let's move on to what I like and dislike about the bar mitts. The first big like is that they work. They just plain work. I'd really resisted in getting them just because they're not the prettiest looking things to have on your bike, but they're just so darn effective. They've really become a game changer for me when I ride in the winter. I only wish there was a foot equivalent. Another big like is that there are quite a few versions of them, depending on how warm you need it to be, and if you need special openings for a mirror on your handlebar, or if you want a bar mitt to work with a drop bar, there's a bar mitt for you. Now let's move on to the dislikes. The first dislike, which took me a while to get over, is that they're kind of ugly. Let's just say they're not the prettiest things to have on your bike, but once I got over that, I fully embrace them and love them. Another dislike, which I also mentioned was a like, is that there are so many options that you really have to be careful when you order one that you're getting the right one that you ordered. It gets even more complicated when you get the drop bar versions, because there's some for shifters where there are cables that go up the top. The choices can just get overwhelming. There's small, medium, large bar mitts for if you use bar ends or your mountain bike, or if you want a mirror coming out of one side of your mountain bike. I sort of wish that the selection of the bar mitts could be more simplified, that it would have all those extra holes that you would need, but you could just seal them up if you don't need it. And the last dislike, which I did eventually get over, is at first blush they seem a little expensive. I think the MSRP is around the $70 range depending on which one you get. So that kind of seems a lot for this product, but they are really effective, and it'll save you money. You won't have to buy a $100+ waterproof and insulated glove if you have the bar mitts and a glove that you might already have. And that's it for the dislikes. I know that it seems like there were more dislikes than likes, but trust me, the likes really do overwhelm the dislikes because the product just works. And it's kind of hard to say for a lot of winter gear out there, which is so expensive and you don't know if it's going to work or not. The bar mitts just work. So if you live in a place with a lot of snow, a lot of rain, a lot of cold and windy temperatures, and you can get over kind of the Fred factor of the bar mitts, then I definitely recommend them. I'm going to put a link to the ones that we're using specifically in the description below. And if you guys have any other questions about the bar mitts, leave those in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them. And if you like this video, found it helpful, like, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching.